Hello there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanka, and we're having an interesting topic to share and to talk about today. So, I know you want to know how to handle correction, and when we talk about handling correction, it's one of the challenges that many people have come across at one point in life or the other. You've been corrected, and when we talk about correction, we are talking about being rectified in the way that you do your things. And now many people do not know how to separate their work and their identity. That is who they are and what they do. So if somebody at a point tells you that maybe you're employed in a company and somebody tells you that this is not the right way to do something, you feel that you've been so offended. There are people who get so angry. Others even want to quit their job because they've been corrected or been rectified and told that this is the best way to do something, or this is the best way to handle something. But I need you to understand something. The correction is necessary. It is part of our lives, even as we continue growing, even as we continue working, and even as we venture into different areas of our lives. We will be corrected. If you're married, you will be corrected. If you're a born again, God will correct you. So there is no way that you will go through this life and not handle correction. So it's important as early as now that you learn that correction is part and parcel of our lives. And when somebody corrects you, either even speaking, like if maybe English is not your first language, many people go to school and learn it, or in whichever way that you will learn it, maybe you will make a mistake here and there. Maybe while speaking you will not be able to put the past, present, and future tenses in their correct format, and somebody here and there will tell you that this is the correct way. But here specifically, what I want us to handle is, are you a person who is teachable? Are you a person who is able to be corrected? Are you a person who is able to be rectified? You know, I've seen people like in departments when you're working and you have to really walk on eggshells because you're going to tell a person who did something that is not well, that is wrong, and you really have to be very careful in how you handle them. But it's necessary as a human being that you grow into understanding that you'll be rectified. It doesn't feel really sweet. It doesn't feel like something that it doesn't feel exciting that somebody has really to correct you. But again, we are looking at, if you're corrected, do you become better? Do you grow? Does your product become better? Does your work improve? So when we look at it from a perspective of understanding that we are growth oriented, we are people who are looking forward to greatness, to become people who are substantial, to become people who are driven by the vision that they have, then you have to get it into you that correction is very necessary. I've seen even people who are just corrected once or told they need to change something, and they have to even go look for a therapist and see them, and not even one, several. It's funny, but it's not very funny because it's not something that should be, or it's not something that should occur in our normal daily life. So when you talk about correction, how do you really handle correction? One, you should understand that correction is supposed to make you better, especially the person who is correcting you. If they're coming to you, maybe especially when you're working in a company, or when you're working somewhere, or when you're dealing in a certain organization, whichever setting it is, may it be a company, may it be in a family setting, may it be a church, may it be an organization, whatever setting that is there will be correction that will come in. And we've said how we are talking about how do you handle it. It should be something that even you, when you're corrected, you should be able to be a person who looks into themselves to see, is this person really intending to help me, or what is the intention of this person? Because there are people who are out there like narcissists, who are out there to correct you in everything so that they can make you feel stupid, or make you feel unwanted, or make you feel irrelevant. We are not talking about that. We are talking about a growth oriented correction. A person, as we are saying, is that you should allow people to give you correction, a feedback, and a rebuke because all these are necessary for you to become a better person. Now, another thing is that it's the key to getting you better. You see, you already are told what you need to improve or correct. So this means that you'll be a better contributor towards what you're doing. It enables you to become a contributor. That means that a better service, a better product, a better income, because when you work on what you're being corrected or rectified against, then you become better in whatever thing that you're going to do, and in your performance you will become better. Another thing is that you're supposed to look at correction from a point of understanding that it is not anything that is personal on your identity or on you as a person. It's not even anything against your character or your life. It's just something that is not going well with your work on the way you do things. So allow yourself to be corrected, to be rebuked here and there, so that you can become better. And again, I will insist on that. It's not anything to defame you. Somebody who wants to give you a genuine, correct rebuke in regards to what you're doing, especially at your workplace, in regards to your life, a person who means well to your life, then this person are there not to harm your character or your life. They are there to make sure that you improve as a person, you become a better person, so that you can be able to achieve better, and in the overall you just become a better person in the things, or in the many things that you are doing. Then allow people to critique your work. Allow people to critique what you do. Not always, but at least let somebody critique what you do. That gives you room for growth, so that you can be able to look and reflect and see, are there areas in your life. And even as a person who is growth oriented, of course you'll be willing to be corrected, because you want to grow, so that your reward can become better. So it is something that we have to learn to adapt into our lives. If we've not adapted, I know it doesn't augur very well with many people, but then you have to come to a point where you have to take correction as part of growth, as part of learning, as part of knowledge and wisdom. This is because it is the truth. You will not always know everything, and that is the point where it stems from. You will not always know everything. You will be taught. You will learn. You will grow. You will move from one level to another. And correction is part of this. You know, we want to grow. We want to become influential people to the nations, to the world at large. But again, even those people who you really admire, at one point or the other, they were guided. They were rebuked. They were corrected, so that they are the place that they are now. As you look at them shining and doing the many great things that are influential to your life, then they at a point they were corrected, and at many points they were corrected, because we learn. And when you understand as an individual that growth is the only way upward, then you will take a rebuke or correction in a positive manner, without looking at it as something that is meant to for hate or for defaming you, or something that is against your life. You will look at it from a perspective of understanding that it is brought to you peacefully, so that you can be able to become better, produce better services and products. And now, even as you go to an organization and even an institution, anywhere that you go, even in a family setting, you have to go with a mentality of understanding that I'm here to grow. You will have to work on your self-esteem. You will have to work on your life as an individual. And as I'm saying, correction or being rectified or being rebuked is part of growth, and you have to understand it and take it that way. There is a scripture that I read that really made me look at instructions and rebuke as something that is really positive. Even the word of God, the Bible, our guideline, what we learn from, what guides our life, gives it very clearly. It says in Proverbs chapter 9 verse 9, give instruction to a wise man and he will become wiser. Instructions may come in different formats. It may come as an instruction, it might come as a rebuke, it might come as a feedback. feedback. So all this, you have to take it with all the positivity that you can, and knowing that it is not really geared to defame you or work against your identity or your life. You have to take a correction with all the positivity, because it is a recipe for growth. It is a recipe for improvement. So the moment you learn, the moment you accept it, the moment you look at it from a different and a positive perspective, that is, then you're a person with so much potential to even become better, produce better services and products according to whatever area of life that you're handling. So I need you to understand that most of the time, or 99% of it, especially when it comes from a person who really cares about your life, a person who is growth oriented, a person who is positive in life, a person who really wants to see improvement, then that person will be correcting you, because you need to grow. You need to unlearn whatever you've learned that is not helping you grow. And mostly it will not be on our character, it will be the deficit that is being seen on our work. And if you really want to be a better person, then you have to positively take it. So I hope you learn that correction is part of life, and you're willing from this moment on to adapt it and put it in your life, so that you can be able to become a better person. I look forward to hearing what you think about it, how you've taken correction before, and from now, as you learn that it is part of our life, it is something that we need to have, it is something that we have to work with, then how are you going to, or what is your willingness? Are you willing to become less rigid in regards to being corrected, being rebuked, and being given a feedback that is really that is really true? I'm talking about those people who are against working, or maybe I said earlier, narcissist people who want to make you feel lower, stupid, or not a person who is thinking bad. We are looking at a positive feedback that comes from a person who is really concerned about your welfare, your growth, and your potential, bringing out the potential that you have in you. Because at times you might be doing something from a lesser potential as a person who is able to do even better. So you can get a feedback which will come as a rectification of anything that you're doing. So I look forward to hearing from you. Comment down below, give us a like, share this information out there, so that somebody out there can also get the help and in the information of knowing how to handle being rectified, or being corrected. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Stay blessed, and see you next